the pain that I'm feeling, or the sensations that are there, or the emotions that I'm feeling, I haven't actually ever fully experienced them. I might have had an experience, and that was so intense, and I'm afraid of experiencing that again because I don't want to go through that. So then I separate from that, and that which I separate from, I start to fear. So, like we fear that which we do not know, and or that which we do not understand. So the challenge is then you'll go about trying to address all these symptoms of anxiety, of pain, of fatigue, traumatic experiences by trying to do all these things and seeing all these practitioners that everyone's very well intended, but the thing is if you do not establish a connection with these things, then it's very difficult to manage the dosage. And then you then rely on someone else who's not you to then try and guess what the dosage is. And I'm obviously a massive advocate for working with people who have a sensitivity and understanding of these things. However, it's a really sensitive stage because if you are burnt out, it's like, the saying of the straw that broke the camel's back. Even the intent to get better and to heal can overload the system. And even a well-intended practitioner can overload. I just work with so many people who have gone through these things and then they're like, oh, I was diagnosed with, complex trauma or complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And then I did this regression therapy and it put me in the face of my trauma, like in the first session, and it blows up the system. It's not to say that there's a problem with that, but it's like going into the gym and picking up the heaviest weight because you think it'll make you stronger, you know. And this is kind of what we're navigating and learning to work with. And it is a two-way process. We need to work together with patient or person and a practitioner to understand this environment. And so, yeah, I think that's probably important to mention is that it's a collaborative process to come out and working out the dosage of reconnecting with your body is a really useful pathway, because if we can connect with, let's say, the experience of anxiety, well, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm with the anxiety. Well, then what am I actually afraid of? Because I'm here with it. I can see it, I can feel it, and then it starts to pass because that initial fear, it's like cold water. Oh, I don't want to get in the cold water. It's going to give me a shock. But if you dip your toe in, you're like, oh, it's not that cold. Maybe I could go on a little bit more. And then over time, we build capacity to meet that experience. And then the nervous system can start to regulate in that experience. And we build capacity to be able to hold it. Rather than trying to get rid of it, that just creates more, or fix it or heal it. It just creates more.